guys, welcome back. Today in this video, we will briefly discuss about a constructor in Java, how many types of constructors are there in Java, and how to create a constructor, and what is the use of constructor. So let's go into it. So in simple terms, I would say constructor, it is a special method in Java. So why are we calling it as a special method? Because it will have same name as class name. So if we have a class A, to create a constructor here, we should name it as class name. So this we call it as a default constructor. We call it as a non-parameterized constructor, since we are not passing any parameters inside. And the third point is that constructor must not return anything. Means it should not have any return type. So for normal methods, we will declare some return type, right? Some void show if we are not willing to return anything. If we are returning some integer value, we'll declare a return type as int, right? But a constructor should not have a return type. And we have different types of constructor. And when I say it should not return anything, it should not have any return type, it's not even void. We'll see it in example later. So we have different types of constructor here. One is non-parameterized constructor. Or we call it as a default constructor. So why are we calling it as a default? Because how we create an object for a class? Class name, object name is equals to new class name, right? So here we are indirectly calling non-parameterized constructor that we have created inside the class, right? So by default, this constructor will be called without being explicitly called. So that's why we are calling it as a default constructor. And the second type of constructor we have in Java is parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor means, as the name specifies itself, if we pass some parameters here, some int a, if we pass an argument here, have passed the value 5, it will come here and execute this. So this we call it as a parameterized constructor. And in C++ we have a copy constructor, but in Java doesn't support copy constructors. So I don't want to discuss about that. So let's check all this information that we have discussed till now in an example. So let me create a class. I'm naming it as constructor example. So let me create a constructor here. So it will have the same name as class name. So let me print something inside. So let me create an object for it. So here we are not calling this, right? But it will be called by default. That's why we are calling it as a default constructor. Let me execute this. This statement will be printed. Here you can see the statement or the statement that we have written inside this default constructor or not parameterized constructor got printed even though we have not explicitly called it. So this we called as non-parameterized constructor. Let me create a parameterized constructor now. So I'll pass few arguments, some int a comma int b. I'll print multiplication of those two numbers. So if I pass two parameters here, the compiler will check here and will execute this. It will not go for it. This statement will not be executed. Only the statements that we have written inside the parameterized constructor will be executed. Here you go. It has printed 4 into 5. So this will not be executed. So this we called as parameterized constructor. If you observe clearly, we have created multiple methods with same name with different parameter lists. So this we called as constructor overloading. If you are not aware of a method overloading concept that we have discussed in polymorphism topic, go to my recent videos and check it. So this we called as a constructor overloading. So in this video we have discussed about what is a constructor, how we can create a constructor in Java, and what are the different types of constructors available in Java with an example, and we have discussed about the constructor overloading. I hope you understand this concept very well. If you have any doubts, please comment in comment section. Thank you.
If you like the video, please click on the like button, write a comment, and subscribe to my channel.